Trying out a new barber can be one of the most nerve-wracking experiences ever. So, in order to prevent you from having a bad experience, I'm going to give you some tips on how to find a good barber and maximize the chances of you getting a good quality haircut. Before we get into tip number 1, if you're looking for any barber supplies or barber equipment, be sure to check out the Barber Style Directory Amazon store. You can find everything from combs, brushes, capes, sanitizer, disinfectant, you name it. All you have to do is click the link in the description below. If you do decide to purchase something, it does help the channel, so thank you in advance for your support. It really helps the channel grow. Okay, so tip number 1. If you're new to an area or if you're just looking for a different barber in your area, get on Facebook or Instagram and use the hashtag whatever your city is and barber at the end. What that will do is populate a search of all the barbers that are in whatever city or area that you're in. Now you will probably get a lot of pages of different barbers, but what you need to do is find about 3 to 5 barbers that you think can deliver the type of haircut that you want. And then you need to do a deep dive into each one of those barbers' accounts. So scroll through their feed, look at all of their haircuts. So these are the main 4 things that you need to look for when searching for a barber. Number 1, the quality of their haircuts. Number 2, the diversity of their clientele. Number 3, is their work heavily photoshopped? So if you scroll through their feed and you see all of their pictures are photoshopped, that may not be such a good indicator. And number 4, is their booking info easily available? So using those 4 indicators, you can easily filter out the barbers that don't meet that criteria. Another option is to search barbers in your area using appointment booking apps. So examples of this would be Booksy, the Cut app, Style Seat. There are so many more out there. These apps use your location to find barbers in your area. Now the good thing about apps like this is that they usually have barber profiles so that you can see the rating of the barber on a scale from 1 to 5. So if a barber has 3 stars and another barber has 5 stars, you're probably gonna wanna go with the 5-star barber. You can also see clients' reviews and what they thought of their haircut. Also with these apps, there's usually a portfolio of their work that you can see, so you can go through their photos on this app as well. Just keep in mind, if you see a few barbers with 4 or 3.5 stars, and you only see a few barbers with 5 stars, you can expect to pay a premium price for the 5-star barber. Okay, so now let's say that you've narrowed down your choices and you found a barber that you want to book with. Now, since this will be your first time getting cut by this barber, I strongly recommend you arrive about 5 to 10 minutes early. Usually when a barber is cutting a new client for the first time, it will usually take them a little bit longer. Maybe it just depends on the client. And that's mainly just because they have to evaluate your hair for the first time. The more a barber cuts your hair, he already knows your growth pattern. He knows what type of style you want, so it's a lot faster. However, this is your first consultation, so I strongly recommend getting there a little bit earlier. Tip number 4. Now, I need you guys to really pay attention. If you don't listen to anything else I say in the video, pay attention to tip number 4. Communication is key during the consultation. Always, always, always. If you're going to a barber for the first time, have a visual aid, whether it be a photo or a video. Don't just get in the chair and say something like, I want to fade, and just cut some off the top. That is so generic. What does that even mean? He can cut a lot off. He can cut a little off. He can give you a high fade. He can give you a low fade. He can give you a skin fade or a shadow fade. There's so many different types of fades and haircuts that you have to be a little bit more specific. So here's an example of what a specific consultation would look like. Can I get a mid bald fade? And I usually just wear the top curly, so can you just pick it out and shape up the loose ends? For the facial hair, you can just shave everything off. Just keep the goatee. Also, I have very sensitive skin, so please don't use an electric shaver or a razor on my face. Here's a picture to show you how I want it cut. And finally, tip number 5. Relax, trust the barber, and let them do their job. There is nothing more annoying than a client checking the mirror every 5 to 10 seconds, double checking your work, stopping you, say, hey, can I look in the mirror really quick? It's like, you did the research, you saw my work, let me do my job. You're slowing me down if you don't let me do my job. You're paying for the service, so you have the right to be picky, but you already told the barber what you want, so just relax and trust that the barber will deliver what you want. And even with that, a good barber will always be in communication with you throughout the haircut. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the service. So I hope these tips were really helpful. If they were, comment below. If you want to see other videos like this, be sure to comment any other video ideas below. Don't forget, check out the Barber Style Directory Amazon store, link in the bio if you need any barber supplies. Be sure to subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.